Hey friends, started my morning today taking a hike on the beautiful Appalachian Trail right next to my house, and I do a quick loop, start my day in nature. And when I'm in nature, I'm always on the look for some medicinal mushrooms, and look what I found. These mushrooms right here are reishi mushrooms. They're very nice, fresh specimens that I found. I'm going to be taking these home and dehydrating them to make some medicinal tea. So let's check it out. Hey friends, welcome to my kitchen. So I'm back home with my wild reishi mushrooms, and I'm going to want to preserve these and make medicinal tea out of them. In this video, I'm going to show you how I preserve them in a food dehydrator. So the first step that I'm going to do with these mushrooms is I'm going to want to clean them and brush away some of the dirt that's on them. And you don't want to get them wet, so you're just going to take a cloth and gently brush away any pieces of dirt that are on here. These mushrooms are pretty clean and fresh. You can even use your hand and knock some of it away. Next step, we're going to take out our knife and we're going to slice these into strips. We're going to cut this piece off right here and discard of it. Going to throw it in the compost. And then we're just going to cut strips. This is a very tough mushroom, so you want to go nice and slow, and you can even cut down like this if it's more comfortable for you. This is about the size chunks I'm going to go with. Okay, I just finished slicing up my reishi mushrooms, and now we're going to put them into the dehydrator. Alright, so I put the reishi mushrooms into the trays of my dehydrator. Just filled up 2 trays, and this dehydrator is called a Nesco dehydrator. Got it for pretty cheap on Amazon. I'll put links to it below in the description so you can check it out. And we're going to run this for at least 4 hours, and we're going to set it at a pretty low setting. We're going to set it at 105 to start, and I'll check back on it after a few hours, and might have to turn it up for the last hour or so to 125. But we just set it and plug it in. And it just turns on and runs continuously. And you're able to just take the top off and check on it however often you like. Okay, next I'm going to show you how I make my reishi mushroom tea. The reason I drink reishi mushroom tea is for the immune boosting properties. It's also documented that it can reduce stress levels, improve sleep, and lessen fatigue, which are all awesome things. So it's something that I like to incorporate into my teas and in any way possible. I've even snuck a little bit into my coffee. The taste can be pretty earthy and strong and difficult to drink on its own. So what I like to do is I like to make a jar of it, cool it, put it in the refrigerator, and I add it to my teas that I drink on a regular basis, like Rooibos tea, Dandelion root tea, and Decaf green tea. I'll leave you links to the teas that I like to drink in the description below, so you can check them out. Alright, so I got a mason jar full of filtered tap water, and we'll put that in a stainless steel pot, like so. And This batch of dried reishi mushrooms here was gifted to me by a neighbor of mine named Dorota. So thank you very much, Dorota. I appreciate the gift. So with 1 mason jar of water, I'm going to use probably 4 to 5 large chunks like so, and that'll be more than enough to make a pretty strong tea extract. Keep it tight in the mason jar to keep the air out, and these will last you a very long time. Get this water boiling, and once the water's boiling, I'll turn it down and I'll let it simmer for about at least 30 minutes. And you can let it simmer longer than that, to 1 to 2 hours, to get even deeper flavor and to extract more of the mushroom into your tea. This is a batch that I made a few days ago, and I've been adding to my beverages little by little. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. The color is going to look sort of like a green tea. If you want to try making reishi tea at home for yourself, you can buy bags of it dehydrated on Amazon, which I'll link to in the description below. Or you can find them yourself out in the woods and go for a hike. And make sure to show nature your gratitude after you find them. This morning, while I was hiking, I found a plastic bottle that somebody left on the ground, and I picked it up, and then right after picking it up is when I found my reishi mushroom. So I like to think that it was nature's way of thanking me for picking up that garbage. If you want to start harvesting your own wild reishi mushrooms, I suggest that you do a lot of research on wild mushroom foraging online, and maybe join a Facebook group to help you identify wild mushrooms when you find them. It took me a while to get comfortable with identifying these mushrooms before I wanted to start consuming them, but with the help of these Facebook groups and the internet, I'm very confident now in identifying certain species of mushrooms. Okay, so my reishi tea has been simmering for about 30 minutes now, and I've turned off the heat, and you can let it cool at this point, and then you're going to want to remove the mushrooms and save them, because you can reuse these mushrooms for another 2 or 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to want to remove my reishi chunks and then stick them in a mason jar to use another time when I run out of tea. And I stick these chunks in the fridge covered. So I want to strain this tea to not get any bits of the mushroom in it. So I'm just going to pour this gently into the jar and try to leave as many of those little bits into the pan as possible. And there you have it, guys. You notice that, I used a whole jar of water and it boiled down a lot. So next time I'll probably use 2 mason jars full next time, because it boiled down so much. So I hope you found that helpful and are ready to try reishi tea. Definitely try it in small doses to start, and add it to some of your other favorite beverages and try new things. If you found that helpful, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, guys. Stay healthy, friends.